Triple H was the one who kept texting them every other day. He's like the crazy ex. He wouldn't stop. Texting them every other day, trying to get them to sign new deals. He was on their asses every single week. And then the three of them team up at a WWE live event in Japan. Triple H just so happens to be added to the show as a special attraction. And who is Triple H teaming with? Well, by God, it's the Good Brothers and AJ Styles. And there's that picture of them all doing the Too Sweet sign right in the ring together. Now, why do you think Triple H would add himself or would be added to team with the Good Brothers at a time when they're being courted to sign new contracts? I mean, come on. Could you be any less transparent about what you're trying to do here? So they go out there in Japan, they have the match, they come back, they take a shower, they come out of the shower, and Triple H pulls them aside and he's just flat out asks them, he goes, what is it going to take? Tell me. What is it going to take to get you guys to re-sign? And so he throws a number at them that just blew them away. And it was a high enough number for a lot of years, and they just felt like they couldn't turn it down. It was just an offer that they felt they couldn't turn down. And it was maybe a week or two later that the story broke that they had re-signed new deals with WWE. It wasn't even official yet, but the story was, and I think it might have been Ryan Satin actually who broke the story, that it was for 5 years each. The figure, and this was not in the story, but the figure that was bandied about in a lot of places and on a lot of websites was in the range of $750,000 a year each. I mean, even if it was $500,000 a year each, that's a lot of money. $750,000 a year for each member of the Good Brothers for 5 years apiece. I mean, if that doesn't tell you that WWE was just spending money at that point just to hoard talent and keep them from going to AEW, then you've got your head buried in the sand. I don't know what to tell you. You are hopeless. When Triple H was backstage with them in Japan, negotiating and trying to get them to sign, and they finally agreed, I mean, right there in Japan, they didn't even wait. They shook hands. They had a handshake agreement. They already... And again, like, I think about these things with these wrestlers, and I'm like, my God, like, how dumb are some of these people? Like, any kind of big deal like that. Now, I understand the pressure involved, I guess, right? But these guys were, I mean, prime position. They had all the leverage in the world. It wasn't like WWE was going to suddenly pull the offer if you said to them, well, boy, you know, give us a day. Let us think about it. Let us talk to our families. So, but one of the things Triple H said, to try to convince Carl Anderson to sign, he looked him dead in the eye. And he said, I look at you and I see your kids. Because Anderson has like 6 kids. He goes, I see your kids. And what if AEW doesn't last? He goes, I promise you, WWE will always be here. That was his hard sell. Think about your kids. AEW is unproven, which they were, unproven. But we, here in WWE, we're always going to be here for you. And they thought, well, we at least thought that we would have a few months before they start, you know, jobbing us out and trying to bury us. And he reached out to Triple H with his concerns. And Triple H told him to take it up with Paul Heyman, who had just been installed recently as the new executive director of Monday Night Raw.